Shakespeare, Othello. Shakespeare's Othello is a Moor, a black man. Indeed, one of the first black heroes in English literature. The play deals with interracial marriage. Others have a problem with it, but Othello and Desdemona are happily in love. Othello holds an important position of power and influence. He has been accepted into Venetian society based on his bravery as a soldier. Being messy, Iago and Roderigo cry out to Brabantio that his daughter Desdemona has been stolen by and married to Othello, the Moor. Brabantio finds that his daughter is indeed missing out of her room, and he gathers some officers to find Othello, which he soon meets in the middle of the street of Venice. The Moor, Othello, now finds that his old friend, the Signor Brabantio, formerly his admirer, has unexpectedly become his accuser before the Senate. Formerly honored as a friend and as a great soldier, and gladly admitted to Brabantio's house, Othello discovers that he is now considered an enemy and execrated as the husband of Brabantio's daughter. For the first time, possibly, Othello becomes aware of the fact that he is not accepted on terms of full and exact equality in all particulars with the Venetians because of his skin color. It is likely, however, that Othello had feared this, and so took Desdemona in marriage without asking her father, evidently satisfied that as a black man he could not obtain Brabantio's consent. The Duke sends Cassio to tell Othello that he must go to Cyprus to aid in the defense against the Turks, who are headed for the island. But eventually there was no war because the Turks were defeated by a heavy storm. When the matter is brought before the Senate, Brabantio's objections to Othello all have to do with his difference of race and color. He thinks it's utterly unnatural for Desdemona to accept him willingly and knowingly. He cannot conceive how his daughter, a fair maid of Venice, could consent to marry a man of Othello's color and nationality, unless in some way out of her senses. So preposterous does it appear to him that he must suppose Othello has charmed her with drugs and magic, black magic. At first, Brabantio didn't think Roderigo was good enough for his daughter, but he would rather have let Roderigo marry his daughter than Othello, all because Othello is black and Roderigo is white. Nah, this whole situation, this was the very racist part in the story. Iago uses Othello's race to ridicule and belittle him, at one point calling Othello thick-lipped. Othello's insecurities surrounding his race ultimately led to his belief that Desdemona is having an affair. As a black man, he doesn't feel he is worthy of his wife's attention or that he has been embraced by Venetian society. Indeed, Brabantio is unhappy about his daughter's choice of suitor due to his race. He is quite happy to have Othello regal stories of bravery to him, but when it comes to his daughter, Othello's not good enough just because he's black. Iago convinces Othello that Cassio and Desdemona are having an affair. Othello feels hurt and crushed. He never would have thought that his wife Desdemona would have an affair and that Cassio, his lieutenant, would have an affair with his wife Desdemona. This situation caused Othello to have epilepsy seizures with all of the foaming and all the shaking and stuff. Iago explains to Othello the situation and that Cassio had the handkerchief of Desdemona in his house. He convinces Othello to hide somewhere near to hear Cassio admit that he had an affair with Desdemona, but Iago was never talking about Desdemona to Cassio. He was talking about Bianca, the prostitute of Venice. She's very well known. She get around. After hearing the conversation between Iago and Cassio, Othello is so mad that he wants Iago to kill Cassio, and he himself would kill Desdemona. Iago is never really Iago is never really Othello's friend. He is just using him to get what he wants. Lodovico, which is Desdemona's cousin, arrives with a letter for Othello. Desdemona is talking to Lodovico about Othello and Cassio falling out. Actually do, Othello has thoughts of Desdemona and Cassio having an affair, which makes him so mad that he backshots Desdemona. Keep your pen strong, Othello.